Now our next guests are here to chat about summer grilling. Please welcome celebrity chef Lamar Moore and Jason Jerome, the Senior Executive Director of Supply Chain for the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Fantastic.
It's a delight to have you guys on the platform. So let's talk about summer grilling. First off, Jason, what are your tips for maximizing your food budget this summer?
You know, whether you're looking to buy for a large group or you're just looking for different ways to use beef for kind of weekday family dinners, you can do something like buy a whole strip loin to stretch your dollar. We'll talk about that for a bit. So I know that's a larger upfront investment, but you know, really you're going to be saving up to $2 a pound by buying something in bulk and then cutting it down at home. So we'll stick with the strip loin, right? So if average strip loin, about 15 pounds. So you're looking at a $30 savings overall, really stretching that dollar. And then I'd also say, one other thing I'd add is try to plan your meals for the week. So again, if you're doing something bulk, like a strip loin, you might say, hey, I'm gonna have strips on Monday night, kabobs on Tuesday night.
Now, Jason, as we're talking about that, how do you suggest cutting the beef that you may buy in bulk? Because now you can really buy at stores in bulk, and I think a lot of families are doing that, especially during the summertime.
Yeah, so I'm a total meathead, so I'm gonna geek out here for a minute. We'll stick with that kind of whole strip loin. So here you have the whole strip loin that you can buy. Again, the average is of about 15 pounds. There's a number of different things you can get out of this. Beef is so versatile. And so we'll look at just the strip steak, which you have right here. Very easy. My suggestion, cut it about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches, and you can just cut that straight down the strip loin. You can also take that, if you cut 1.5 inches, maybe even 1.75 inches, you can split that steak in half. So you've now doubled the steaks you're getting out of this piece, and you're offering a strip fillet. I mean, who doesn't love a fillet, right? So strip fillet is another great option. And then lastly, I'd say you can look at kabobs, right? So there's a piece down here at the end of the strip loin. It's the widest piece of the strip loin. Doesn't make the best of steaks, but makes phenomenal kabobs. And I know Chef's got something fantastic to show.
This all sounds really good this morning. I'm gonna have to definitely try this, but Chef Lamar, what are you making for us today? Tell our audience more about that.
Sure, so going into what Jason just mentioned about the different cuts, right here on my left is a strip fillet with a collard green chimichurri. In the middle here is a strip loin with a nice bourbon black peppercorn sauce. And last but not least is a beef kebab, Moroccan spice with a little bit of curry aioli. So very versatile, but all cooked very differently, but having the same flavor profile.
My mouth is watering. So tasty, you guys. I'm definitely going to be doing this summer. Now, Chef Lamar, what are your tips for grilling at home? Can you share some of that with us this morning for our viewers watching?
Sure. A few tips. One, making sure the grill is nice and hot. If you can see, there's really nice caramelization from the grill marks. And what I mean by that is when you're getting ready to grill, you'll allow your steak to cook at least 4 to 5 minutes before turning. That allows that nice sear to really punctuate the flavor in there. Next but not least is when you pull your meat out, allow it to rest for a little bit, and then if you add a little bit of oil, I prefer butter, a little bit of salt and pepper on there, or some of the spices you see that I've added in some of these steaks here to get a really good sear. The other big component when grilling is allow your meat to rest. What that does is allows the juices to redistribute so your steak's not dry, allows more flavor and really good, and enhance the marbling of what we get from the farmers, or what we call a pasture plate.
Now, Jason, what's the best way to store beef this summer? Because I'm sure a lot of our viewers are buying this in bulk, but they want to know how can they store it and keep it and save it?
Yeah, such an important question when we talk about food safety. So if you're using the beef in the next day, it's totally fine to put in the fridge. But if you're talking about something that you're gonna cut down, like a whole strip loin in bulk, you're probably gonna have portions that you need to store for later. So my tip is, number one, cut this down the day you get it into whatever you want, whether that be strip fillets, strip steaks, or kebabs. And I would package it based on serving size. That makes for easy meal prep when you're bringing it out of the refrigerator. But if you're gonna use it in 1 to 3 days, totally fine to put in the refrigerator. Any longer than that, write the date on the package, whether it's a Ziploc bag or a container, airtight as possible. Vacuum sealing is the best if you have that capability, but as airtight as possible. And then put that in the freezer for easy meal prep when you bring that back out.
Chef Lamar and Jason, thank you so much for a great conversation this morning. Now tell our audience where we can go to learn more information about summer grilling.
So for more recipes like what Chef Lamar showed you, or for tips on how to cut down a strip loin or many other cuts, you can go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com.
There you go, you guys. Y'all take care. Y'all have a great day, and thank you for speaking with us here on the Must Watch Show.
Thank
as
you.
well. Thank you.
Have a great one.